What an amazing top deck. You get a Farewell, you get White Suns,
I brought backup.
you get an Emperor or Wanderer. I didn't even get my mill guy. The last two cards in my deck.
Second base. Who's counting?
Just purely disgusting shuffler. Another 250 card deck. How about that? Are you kidding me? 3 Planeswalkers. I just want to see what's in your deck. Can you not just let me see what's in your deck?
Remember your training.
We fight together.
I'm not blocking anything. Why would I block anything? Why would I block? You just got everything you needed. 250 cards. Pretty great. 1 removal spell. Emperor. 2 removal spells. Another Wanderer. Pretty great. Alright, hi, this is Told. Welcome. A little salty intro for some of the testing games that those were the first 2 games I started testing this deck. So we're building this deck off the pre-Caverns of Ixalan. There's a lot of Descend cards, a lot of cards that look like they'll be pretty good for the Lure Growth deck. And so we kind of built this deck in preparation for that, just to get a little idea of how the current standard works around milling yourself and having the cards that work around that. I'm going to do a deck tech at the end, but basically, you know, we're looking at getting cards into our graveyard with different methods. So let's get into some games. Hope you enjoy them. Like and subscribe. Was that the Exile one? Yeah, nice.
This will make a thrilling tale.
I don't really care.
Ready for round
He doesn't
two.
really do much actually for the ultimate.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will. The data requires scrutiny.
Woo, just wrecking him on life total.
All day.
I need more creatures in the deck, I guess, for the Lure Growth. Or you need the new cards for the Plains. Oh, that's great.
Become subdued.
I guess I should have brought the Lure Growth out, but we'll wait till next turn. He probably has another removal. Just a handful of removal.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
That's looking better.
We're in this together.
Sure, why not? I want to make sure I have the mana available to bring back Sugeki. Is that next turn?
I won't let you fall.
Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
Yep. I mean, a Virtue getting that down is pretty good. Nissa down. We'll keep this. No counter spell. Maybe I should have lone speakered. This is probably blue-white control. Wow, that sucks. Ah, mana screwed. I don't understand it. I mean, next turn it turns into a 3-3, so no reason to attack. He's just gonna wipe the board anyway now that he has, well, he had 5 anyway. So farewell. He's just waiting to turn. Oh, there it is. They just need to keep mana up. I don't want to attack with the turtle because I don't want to mill my card off the top. That'll work.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
Does that prevent it? I think it already went off.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
I only have 1 land in the graveyard.
Until next time, then. Guards.
Probably has another Emperor. He definitely has a board wipe sweeper. He's just waiting. Oh, I'm blocking them both. Uh-huh.
I you applause.
Interesting.
I believe in you, friend.
I'm gonna keep the Terra Sunder up in case he has another Mind Splice. What is it? Mind Breaker. I really need to mill myself. 3. This will make a guy. I don't know. Scoop time? If he doesn't, how does he not have a removal spell? It has no other purpose besides gaining life. Oh, he could have another Emperor. He's definitely waiting as much as he can for that board wipe.
We can do this all day.
That's only a sorcery, bro. I could bring back that. So he can cast it on his turn. If he doesn't cast it on his turn, I eat it. So that means there's no sweeper coming this turn, which is when he needed the sweeper to come. Probably. I don't think he understands what's going on. Temporary lockdown. Pretty good spell. 30 cards left in my deck. He probably has like a throw it back into my hand card. Which is what he's gonna do when Titanius comes on board. Oh, I'm blocking.
It's not a victory without you.
Let's go for it, huh? Let's make him have another one. He should have another one, right? He probably has another Emperor. He's got mana up for the Emperor. Ah. Oops.
Clash again soon.
I don't think you realize what you're playing against, and I was gonna try to kill that thing. So we're playing the Lurgrove deck, pre-Caverns of Ixalan, and we'll continue testing it out. Play a few more games maybe. And then I'll give you some final thoughts on it. Yeah, no, pretty slow start here. Nothing we can really do to that. Probably Soldier's deck. Other people trying to rank up. I could Lurgorf. That makes me want to do the Ren on the minus. He's just dead though. I don't hate this at all. No creatures. That's the one problem I'm starting to see with this deck, is I don't have enough creatures in it. Because a lot of times you'll mill and hit nothing. So I guess we'll try to do Ren, see if we can hit something. Or not. One creature. I guess we'll just swing away. 7 cards. So that's a problem with the deck, is if you don't have enough creatures in the deck, because you have too many other spells or lands getting in the way. Unless you mill a lot, you're not guaranteed to hit creatures, so... So the Cruel Somniphage is the number of creatures in all graveyards, so maybe I shouldn't have attacked there. At one point the damage didn't make any sense. Mondrak's rough. Tyvar can get you back a Lurgrove, because you can minus to mill and then return a mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Doesn't bring back a Tortoise though. 5, 6. So I get one more land. I can cast the Mindbreaker. I just have the Mindbreaker in there as a, you know, get milled card. And then you can Mindbreaker, you know. I guess we'll start with this. That's a good start.
I fight for every... Must not forget the mission.
I I think we just swing because he's tapped out in mana wise. So he's gonna have to chump block, and then he doesn't have enough for Mondrak. Okay.
Suffering is everywhere.
Guess we start with this. I mean, they could sack to mess it up. But the idea of getting them to sack right now is they can't jump. I could also have a removal spell in my hand. I think we'll go for the mill, try to get maximum damage.
Today
Right.
we carve our deeds into...
It's not a victory without you.
I don't have the mana for it, but I guess it weakened it. Yeah, if only I had the mana for that, but it's all good. Mindbreaker next turn, maybe. Maybe they're just done for. Oh, they would have took 4. That would have put them down to 5. They might have still been dead. But at least they would have had a permanent blocker, right? Oh, we had a backup. And we'll just finish them off. It's a little bushwhacking. Some weird mono white tokens. I'll take it. And see if this deck has any legs. Alright. Well, Miller can't wake up for 2. Realmbreaker on 3, I think. So yeah, the one bad thing about this deck is there's going to be a lot of graveyard hate coming up, maybe. You know, if the send is pretty good. We don't have the black mana for that. Yeah. So I would say one thing is in this deck,
I am the nexus of all that
the
is.
ultimate for Ren
Everywhere.
is massive because you can basically you can cast your whole library because you'll have milled so many cards. A 3/3, huh? There's the Mindbreaker. Blue, blue, blue. And that's why I put the Mindbreaker in there, so one turn short, but I will be casting that next turn for sure. So he can pump the Gallagreeders, it's fine. I am definitely blocking that.
more time.
Sure. What's giving me... Oh, I didn't even know that he has that. Wow, that's really cool. Well, I didn't even know Ren has that. You can add 1 mana of any color. What? That opens up some crazy stuff. What? I was playing this whole game without knowing that. Oh yeah. So the Cruel Somnophage is gonna go hog wild next turn. Yep. Oh yeah. I'll take my emblem.
At last. This is how we win.
I'll just start with this. Maybe I should have attacked with him too. My bad. Jumpity jump. And so this is where now I can cast Lurgrorf, I can cast another Cruel Omniphage. They're at 24 cards in their hand, so I could Jace them to draw more cards. Virtue of Strength I can't cast yet. I can get another Ren out there though, which I think I might need. I don't know if they got mana screwed. I guess they got mana screwed? I don't know. Or is this just turn 5? No idea. I think we go with the Voice of Gaia. Opponent's graveyard. We'll make him a little weaker, but I only have 1 land in my graveyard? No, that's not true, is it? I think we can cast a Lurgrorf. It's not a permanent, you can only cast permanents. Ooh, he's a flyer. I don't care about their graveyard anymore. I need to get more lands in the
On
graveyard.
every plane, I see endless rot and rebirth.
Yeah, I'll just do this. I just don't have a Tyvar yet. I could Jace.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh. Always we can improve upon your ideas.
Now Virtue is good. 5, 6, 7. So I could Virtue and start getting their creatures back. Oh, but he can kill the Virtue with the Spider back. Or Silverback Elder. It's okay, Titania's gonna ultimate next turn. I have 0 forests, I guess. They're fighting. Defiler is a good one for them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can cast the Virtue. I really need more lower growth though. We'll show them what the power of it is in a second.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
I think we'll just start there. Oh, Tyvar's what we need to bring back. Yeah. We have one flyer blocker now too. And trample. So we'll probably just Nissa next turn and win. I think. It's gonna be really close actually, I have to be careful. I only have 2 untapped lands. Is this a legendary? It is a legendary. I think I want Tyvar.
I have arrived. Hold your applause. Ready for round 2.
I must fight back.
I could just do... yeah. I think we'll just win with Ace, I guess. I mean, I probably should win with these, but... I'll just show it. Yeah, I'll just show it. So, I could just kill Jace and then I could recast him from the graveyard. And he's at 13. I'll cast Nissa first though. The 1 land in there. So without any graveyard hate, which is the current meta, perfectly acceptable, right? So he's like a Nissa away from killing me, so I have to finish him on my turn. Definitely I don't want him to hit Jace. I think I'm gonna have to win with Jace. Cause he's got 30 hit points. Wow. Nice. And my alternate win con.
The knowledge we acquired, the data requires swiftly. Kapask, Imasahak.
You will listen to the will of the machine.
Forgive me.
The resistance is greater than it. Harness the power of unity.
None surrender every last thought to Phyrexian.
I want to see if this math checks out. If I didn't have Jace or see that, I could do that with Jace. I think he still lives, right? He got... I do get to... Like he blocks here, blocks there, these two block there, those two block there. I think he still lives. Nice. Like the math wise, and then he has 15 to hit me with. But in all honesty, I would have just blah blah. I wish I had some more mana. I wish I had one more mana left. Nice. Ha! Good game. But I mean, like, I could cast those guys back again, right? Like if I had one more mana. Can I play it? Wait, this matter. Wow, he would have had it. Sort of. He would have hit me for 12. But I would have untapped this guy. I would have cast another one. And I probably... because I would have had 4 mana from the Jace, and I probably would have went with another Lugorf. So assuming that he doesn't get a Nissa... and I could I don't think you could get that more than once. That's a good game to go out on. Alright. So, that's a great game to go out on. We're looking at the Lurgrowth deck, self-mill, pre-Caverns of Ixalan, before the new cards come out. Get an understanding of what the deck is in the current state. See how we can play it. Then we'll get the new cards. We'll add those in. And, be able to make this deck even better. Right now, it's pretty good. The amount of graveyard hate is low enough to where, you just have your black deck with the Skitter, Lord Skitter, and the Graveyard Trespasser. But other than that, and maybe the cottages, right? The cottages. And other than that, that's about most of the graveyard hate that I've seen. So, not too much hate out there. I will say that last game, I added the Mindbreaker and Jason just because you're milling cards and the Mindbreaker's going to get in the graveyard. I did not expect to win the game that way. I probably still would have won it because, like I said, with Ren's ultimate ability, just being able to cast. So you could attack him with the Cruel Somnophage or the Lurgrowth. You attack him, they kill it. Then you just, for 2 mana, you just recast it once you get the ultimate. Because as long as it's not getting exiled with like a mono red, type of thing. I will say, that's cool. We got the Virtues in there, so you got a lot of things in your graveyard. Got 1 Flesh Gorger in there for life gain. Virtuous Strength I just added in there because it seems like I never have enough mana, but I never got to cast it. And this is in there as a finisher, although I do have 2 of them. Yeah. I will say I have the Voice of Gaia in there because I figured you're milling, you're going to have lands in there. But then we have the Blossoming Tortoise in there. So the Blossoming Tortoise mills 3 cards, and then you return a land card from your graveyard to the battle tapped. This isn't optional, so when the turtle attacks or when he enters play, if he mills and doesn't hit a land, and you have lands in there, it's going to subtract a land. Or even if it only hits 1 land, you're not adding more lands. So it makes, you need to have 4 or more lands in the graveyard to be able to transform Gaia. So these 2 are competing. When we get the new cards, one of these is going to stay in the deck and the other one's going. The Gaia is pretty good. You get all the lands from your graveyard into play. Much better than the turtle, but it's harder to pull off. So I would say those are competing cards in the deck. I just have 1 spider in there. It seemed like... So what the spider does is you could sacrifice it and you create a number of 1/1 insect tokens for each creature card in your graveyard. So it's like a Lurgrowth, but instead of being 1 creature, it'll be 10 creatures or whatever number, are in the graveyard. It works out pretty good. There's not room for more. It doesn't seem very good. Normally it's, you get it early. You have to wait a turn because you have to tap it. So, but if you had Tyvar's out, you could tap it, put it out and tap it, but that's 6 mana. So I would say, so that's, could be on the chopping block. I'd say these 2 cards, like these 4 cards are definitely, going to be in the next deck. Ren, just being able to mill cards, you put a permanent for the -2, even the +1 gets you a creature, like a 3/3 hexproof land as a blocker early on, and, maybe a little proliferation to get you to that emblem would be good. Tyvar is a must. -2, you return a 13/13 Somnophage to the battlefield. For basically, you pay 3 mana, you put him out, -2, you get that guy back. If he survives, plus him again, then -2 again, and bring it back. Obviously that doesn't matter if you ultimate Ren, but before you get to that point, 2 Dryad's Revival, so you mill it, it has flashback, you can return any card from the graveyard to your hand, like Shigeki. So that way you can XX and return, more cards to your hand that you milled. I got 1 Cemetery Tampering just because I had the card and never used it. Of all of the hideaway cards, I don't know, maybe the red one I've never used. I don't know. The blue one, I never used either. I want to draw cards. It's all about, the green and the white one, right? So it does pretty good. The good thing about this is it's optional, so you don't have to mill yourself. So once you get enough cards in your graveyard to do the hideaway ability, or once you get 20 cards in your graveyard rather, the hideaway is just the number of cards you draw to figure out which one. So once you get 20 cards in, you could stop milling yourself with that. There was a few times in the games where I was like, I'm getting low on cards, I'm at 15 cards or less than 20, I don't need to mill anymore. 2 Undead Butlers to help you mill, Gnawing Vermin, and the Death Sprout just to help for some early game creatures as chump blockers. The Death Sprout, if there's enough stuff, so like later in the game it could become a 3/3, and it could, do some graveyard hate on the opponent for their memory deluges and whatever other things are there. Got 1 Lone Speaker in there just because, the turtle gives bonus to lands, and Ren's making lands into stuff, so, and then he's also a ramp guard. And 2 Bushwhacks for, extra land draw, and then later on, it turned out really good as a removal spell. So yeah, that's the current deck, and 2 Terra Sunders is the removal of choice, of the thing. Let's reset that. So yeah, that's the deck. I just have 2 cottages in there. I felt if I had too many cottages, and 3 of these for the the Titanias, and then we got some dual lands, black and white, black and green, blue and black. The mana basis could use some work, I feel. But yeah, it's a little slow and a little clunky, but I think with the new cards, that's a maybe. Oop. I would say, like this is the core right now of the deck. These are cards that are definite in there. And, as far as maybes, I don't know what's coming. I would even go and just get rid of those, and maybe even this too. Like this as a removal spell, fantastic. So yeah, if I had to, remove some cards, I guess we could just do this, Flesh Gorge is a maybe, but so you're looking at, got 9 cards to play with right now, and that's without trimming anything. And you could get rid of that, but I felt like that was a really strong combo, especially, you get some proliferate spells in there. But overall, good deck. I'm looking forward to seeing the new Descend cards and what they do. So this has been Told. Like and subscribe, and have a good day.